Hey, well, hi, this is Andrew Sayers. I'm so excited to come to you guys live and talk about our new after-school project, which is the 3D Bobblehead Printing Challenge. Let me say that again, 3D Bobblehead Printing Challenge. Yes, you guys will be creating a bobblehead, and then you will be creating it, sending it to us via email, and then the principals will decide their favorite one, and they get a copy, you get a copy, and you get a personal Zoom call from that principal. It's gonna be epic. So we were gonna just do this till Thanksgiving break, but we decided to extend it all the way through winter break, so that way you have enough time to build these amazing bobbleheads. I'm gonna show you guys today how to make them, how to model them, and how to send them. And so this is really exciting. You can do it on your Chromebook. You don't need any special equipment, though if you have a faster computer, you're more than welcome to use that as well because it might run a little bit better. But the touchscreen application of the Chromebooks is ideal for what we're gonna be doing here on TinkerCAD. So on your computer, you're going to go to log on to the internet, go to the Blue Level website, admire it, but that's not where we're going today. Today we're going to TinkerCAD.com. So you're going to type TinkerCAD in your web search browser thing and hit enter. So then you're going to TinkerCAD.com. You're going to load up this screen right behind me here. And this is the website we're going to use. It's a free CAD design software. We actually use it a lot in other classes at Walleye, but it's a great way to start. It's a very beginning CAD design, but it's really fun. So you're gonna click sign in. If you don't have an account, you're gonna wanna link it to your school district Google account. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm already probably logged in, so it's gonna log me into the start page. But if you're not, don't worry, just go through a real quick process. You guys know how to do this. You're high school students, I believe in you. So once you get to this screen, it shows you your designs that you've made. If you haven't made any designs, that's okay. I want you to click create a new design. So remember, we're making a bobblehead. We're not trying to make a perfect representation of somebody, but I'm going to show you the basics on how to do 3D design, and here it is. So here you see this blue plane is called the work plane. That's also what we call a 3D printing bed for 3D printing, but let's just call it a work plane because that's really important. Over here on the top left, you're going to see this thing that has a box. And if you left click on it, you can drag the work plane to any three-dimensional side. The really cool thing about this, you guys, is that, remember, in 2D drawing, we only see one perspective, but in 3D, we're allowed to make sure everything looks uniform or everything looks the way we want. And it's important. When you're 3D printing, though, it's really important that everything connects, which we'll talk about that a lot. And since we're not worrying about just modeling, we're thinking about 3D printing, I want you to double check to make sure your prints connect. Because if I print them and it doesn't connect, it won't turn out the way you hope it will. So how do we get started? So on this TinkerCAD software, on TinkerCAD, on the very right, you're going to see where it has basic shapes. And there's so much more to this program, but I'm just going to get you started today. That's my goal. So you're going to drag in a basic shape. Like I have this box here. I'm going to left click and drag and put it on the work plane. And remember, by grabbing this box up here in the top left, you can see it from any part of the 3D space, right? Now, I want this box to be my leg, and it's a little short. To zoom in, I can either pinch and pull on my Chromebook, or on a computer, I'm using my scroll wheel on my mouse, and I'm scrolling in so I can see it bigger. I want this taller, right? And I don't want it just this small, I want it like a leg. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click the white box, and it's gonna show me that I'm 20 increments tall, and I want this to be 35 increments tall. So I'm going to type 35, and it's going to make my box now 35 increments tall. Now here's the crazy thing, is that you could just drag it up to 35, but it's really nice to be precise because we're going to be making two legs, and I want them to be uniform for this bobblehead. So now I'm going to drag in another box. I'm left clicking, dragging it. I'm going to put it on the 3D plane, and there's ways to be very precise, but I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. So you can see that I have it somewhat close. I'm going to click that white box again, and I'm going to type 35. And now I have my two legs, and they're pretty uniform where I want them. Now there's other ways to get this even closer. Email me if you want to learn, I'll teach you, or there's other videos I'll attach as well. And that's going to be starting you guys off with how to make your first 3D model. Okay, so now I have my legs. I need a torso. So I'm going to look down here in my 3D shapes. I'm really interested in this polygon. So I'm going to drag this polygon. I'm going to put it in between the two legs, just for now. Don't freak out. And what I'm going to do is I put the polygon right here between the two legs. And if you zoom in, you can see this little black triangle. And the black triangle allows me to move a shape up and keep it in the same fixed location that it is. So I'm going to click the black triangle and I'm going to drag it up. And you'll see all of a sudden now, I'm on top of my legs. And I'm zooming in and out, pinch or pull or scroll wheel, right? But I don't want it that thin. I want my torso to be a little bit bigger. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this black dot right here on the edge. And I can either type my number in, but this time I'm going to pull it just so you guys can see. I'm going to pull it all the way to my legs. And I'm going to do the other side. And now my torso is looking pretty legit, right? Pretty decent torso. I could worry about the thickness to make it more realistic, but I'm just trying to get you guys started. So there's my torso. I might want a little bit longer, so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to type 30. And then there's my torso. I'm looking pretty dang good. This is looking like Mr. Estes. No, it doesn't look like Mr. Estes, but it could. Anyway, and so now I need a head. And there's lots of different head shapes to start with. But I'm going to use a sphere. So I'm going to left click and drag it. I'm going to put it in between those legs again, just because that's easy to do. I'm going to grab that black triangle, move it all the way up, and I'm going to put it up here. But now you'll notice I have a space that's between my torso and my head. I need a neck, and I can't 3D print this unless I have everything connected correctly. So I'm actually going to take a box, again, put it between the two legs. I'm going to pull it up like we said before, and that's too tall, so I'm going to click on the white part and I'm going to make this down to say 10, and I'm going to get this thinner by grabbing that on both sides. And now I have a neck, and boy does it look not uniform. I can fix it, I can totally move it around a little bit, and you can see now my neck looks pretty dang good. All of a sudden now I got a bobblehead, and bobblehead heads usually are bigger than this, but I'm just trying to get you guys started. Okay, so now we need to get arms, and you could do hands, you can do all this more detail, but this video is just supposed to get you started, so if you've never used TinkerCAD before, you understand. So I'm going to go ahead in here in the basic shapes, and there's a cone shape. Do you guys see the cone shape? Drag it down here, and I need to rotate it, that cone shape, so it connects to my shoulder, right? And so what I'm going to do is, if you zoom in, you can see these rotate arrows, and I'm going to click the rotate arrow right here, and I'm going to type negative, I'm going to type 90 degrees because I need it to turn 90 degrees, right? And I think I'm going to have, that's my left shoulder. So now I'm going to move it by, I'm going to go ahead and pull it, shoot, right here, and I'm going to put it on my leg, so that's really easy to go. I'm going to use the little triangle to pull it up, and then I'm going to rotate around, and I'm seeing it's not connecting, so I have to really push it onto it. So now I've connected to my object. So now I have an arm. Let's do one more cone, and so I put the cone in shape here. Do the same thing. I'm going to have to rotate it, but instead of going 90 degrees this time, I'm going to have to go, you guessed it, minus 90 degrees. And now I have the right arm. I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to push it into my body here. Pull up a little bit more. And again, if I were doing this as the competition, I would definitely make it more uniform. And there's so many ways to make the shapes look, but here is our basic bobblehead. And I gotta tell you, he's looking pretty good, or she. I'm not really sure on the gender stuff because it's just a shape, right? So we're not gonna even go through that. But anyway, so let's say you wanna add text. You can drag text into here. You can actually change what the text says in the text box. I can say, dude, and there's the dude, and you can actually change the rotation of that, right? So if I want to change the rotation, I can go here and I can type 90, or and then you can put it on your, oh boy, sometimes you misclick something and you're back into your area. Well, this is great to do this since this happened to me. I can just re-click on my design, click Tinker, and I should be right back into my design. Yep. So I'm back into my design. I have a really cool writing thing here. I'm going to reshape it. I'm going to thinner, make it thinner, and I'm going to actually bring it shorter. I'm actually going to put this on my shirt on my dude. So let's see here. I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to rotate it again. There we go. Again, I'm not trying to be perfected, but I'm trying to show you some cool tools. And looks like that's in the middle of his shirt, which is not what I want. So I'm gonna pull it forward just a little bit. And pull it up a little bit. Yeah, there's dude right there. So now you can see I've made a bobblehead. I've made it all connect. I can check 360, that is perfect. And the last thing but not least, I want to show you one more thing. I mean, there's so many cool shapes. If you click this down arrow, there's tons of cool shapes, skeleton shapes, dinosaur head shapes. But I want to show you the Scribble feature. And what the Scribble feature allows you to do is it allows you to custom make 3D model pieces through sketching. So if you have a digital pen for like doing digital art, you can actually use that. But I'm just going to use my mouse and I'm just going to draw. So I'm going to write my name in cursive if I can. I'm not super good at it with my mouse, but so there's Andrew. Once I'm done with that, I hit done. And look at that. I now have a cursive Andrew, and I could actually put that on my dude as well on his other side. So I can actually go in, again, I just need to rotate it, and then I can have that awesome Andrew shape on his shirt. So this is the basics that you guys need to know to get into 3D modeling. This is a really cool art form. It's a really cool opportunity to get your chops in 3D modeling. There's always a humongous field in 3D modeling. When you come back to campus, we're gonna have some awesome 3D modeling printing opportunities. But this is the first kind of shot we have at distance learning to do 3D modeling. I don't want you guys to miss out. Send me your models. If you have questions, you're gonna email me, contact me. And I forgot, there's one more thing I gotta show you, is how to send this model, now that you're finished, to me for the competition. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna click on send to, and then down here, once you've got your design, you're gonna say invite or share over email, generate link, and copy link. So now you've copied a link, and now you just gotta email it to me. So you're gonna go to your school email right here, like on the screen here. You're gonna say compose, and you're just gonna type A. Sayers, which is my email address. And you're gonna say in the subject line, your name and 3D model. And then you're gonna Control V that link. And that way you send it to me and I will get it and I'll have your 3D model design. So guys, if you have any questions, again, email me at asayers@wwps.org. I really want you to do the bobblehead challenge, get your feet into 3D modeling. I wanna 3D print these. I can't wait to talk to you guys more. And again, thank you guys so much and have a great day at Wahai.